Hey, welcome back to the Vintage Baseball Corner. I'm Chris. Today we have a PSA Reveal. This was a value bulk order. Cards were $18.99 a piece with a minimum of 20. There's 28 cards in this submission. They belong to two friends and myself. We go all the way back. These were 4 cards before 1980. So we went all the way back. You're going to see some T206, some Gowdy, some early Bowman, some early Tops, and go all the way to 1975. So we've got a nice mix of superstars, of maybe some players you haven't heard of, and spanning across baseball history. I will tell you there were some surprises in this order, so you're going to have to stick around to see if they were good or bad. Now let's get to looking at some cards. All right, we're going to start off by honoring and saying congratulations to newly elected Hall of Fame members, Dick Allen from the Philadelphia Phillies, and later Chicago White Sox, and Dave Parker of the Pittsburgh Pirates, and later the Cincinnati Reds. Both, I believe, are deserving candidates, and they should have probably been in sooner, but congratulations to both of them, especially happy for Dave Parker, who's able to get the nod while he is still alive. Unfortunately, Dick Allen has passed and is no longer with us. All right, let's move on and adjust here to some cards. This is our stack right here of cards. As you can see, the dreaded cardboard is on top. And we'll cover that here in just a bit. I'm going to slide this over. Myself, 3 buddies, I'm going to do these in the order of each person. So I'm going to start off with cards from my good friend Phil with the I Love Baseball Cards channel. I'm sure most of you have seen it, but if you have not, I certainly would recommend that you checking his channel out. His enthusiasm and passion for baseball cards is truly there. You can see it, you can feel it in watching his videos. He opens a lot of packs. Some 80s, some earlier, does a lot of that. Does PSA reveals and shows a lot of different cards. He's been collecting for a long, long time and has a really nice collection. So definitely check out I Love Baseball Cards channel after we're done with this video here. All right, let's get to the cards. I'm going to set this one aside here for the moment. I'm going to set it right there. And we're going to get to Phil's cards. And that first one, unfortunately, is Phil's card. But again, I'm going to open it up here and check it out here in a minute. First up is 1956 Tops. Phil has a very nice 1956 set, and he is working on getting all of it graded 3 or higher. This Warren Spahn is a VGEX4. I do believe this is going to be a backup for him. I do believe he's got a higher graded one in his set. This is a white back, so I don't know if he's going to try to collect both backs for the players that have them. But this is a very nice card, centered well, looks good. Just got, old corners, and old corners that, see if I can get that up close enough to see. That's probably the best angle on some of these corners here. I think that some of the glare you can see is my phone. I'm wondering if I actually can get a black case, if that will eliminate that. My case is kind of a grayish blue. Anyway, moving on. Warren Spahn, got a nice 4 and a 56 Tops Warren Spahn. If you'll notice, I have some friends to join us up top. I picked out 3 great hitters and 3 great pitchers from my collection. 54 Ted Williams, 60 Mickey Mantle, which was the very first card that I bought when I got back into collecting about 8 years ago. 63 Stan Musial, a 51 Bowman Warren Spahn. I love that card. It's pretty cool. And 62 Sandy Koufax and a 71 Tom Seaver. Those are our friends watching over, so I'm going to take these away for now so we have more room to put up cards here. Next up, Duke Snider, 4.5, 61 Tops. Honestly, I was thinking 5 or 6 on this. based on my recollection. I don't have my laptop up, so I can't see what I did. It graded a hair below where I thought it would grade, whereas the 56 spawn was kind of spot on what we expected. But still, very nice card. Not perfectly centered, but still nicely framed and got a nice look to it. Good clean surface. Got a nice back here. For some reason, the back seems to gain more glare than the front. But we got a 61 Duke Snider. Just a quick tidbit on Duke Snider. For those of you that don't know, obviously the song Willie, Mickey, and the Duke, he was the third great center fielder from the New York era with the Brooklyn Dodgers. Duke Snider took 10 votes to get into the Hall of Fame. That shocked me when I saw it. Next up, we got a 64, another Dodger. This one, Don Drysdale, Hall of Famer. This one got a 3 again. I felt like this one fell below expectation. Just a nice card, well centered. Presents well. Just the corners are a little on the soft side. I really thought that a 4 was a minimum. Thought we even had a shot at a 5. I don't know if I can get those corners to focus or not, but looking at it a little bit closer, the corners are definitely the culprit because the surface looks nice. I got no wrinkles, nothing on the surface that would cause the grade to go bad. And then we have the back with the cartoon not showing, which I believe is better than if somebody has scratched off and scraped off to show the cartoon on those. Next up, Phil and I did a little bit of a trade. I sent him some 1971s from my collection. Again, he is collecting a 1971 complete set, hoping to get it graded all in 5 or higher. So I picked out some from mine, sent them to him, and then in this particular submission, he said, let's try one and see how that does. This is Tony Cloninger, got a 6, just pretty much where I thought it would be. I'm really happy with that. I just really didn't know. I had never submitted a 71 outside of a low-grade Nolan Ryan, and that one wasn't really representative of how they were going to grade these mid-grade cards. But this one's a beautiful card. Again, not centered perfectly. Very few from 71 are, but beautiful card. An EX Mint 6. Nice looking back. Let's see if we can angle that a little bit for you. And Tony Cloninger, a pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds in 71. Next up, another pitcher. I think you've probably heard of this guy. Nolan Ryan. We got a 73 Nolan Ryan. Got a 4 on this one. Phil wanted to get this baby slabbed. Centering is not good on it. It's off left to right. And kept it tight, so I think that's going to be the main culprit. Overall, it's probably has the qualities of a 5 or a 6. Probably at least a 6 without the centering issue, but hey, that's what it is. Most of the time, I see centering is not the main culprit. In this scenario, I don't know if you can see how tight that is there. But it definitely is. And the back was very, very tight too. In fact, that I really worried that we might get a miscut designation, but there is border all the way down. It's just not much. So we got a 4 for the 73 Nolan Ryan. We're going to move up another year for Nolan Ryan and go to 74. Got an EX5 on this one. This one actually presents pretty well. Again, these kind of slabs hide the centering a little bit. This one is actually fairly well centered. You can see it better at the bottom down here. But nice overall card. Has some flaws, but what mid-grade card is not going to. So, but a nice, I love the card. It's probably one of my favorite poses, if not my favorite action shot of Nolan with him on the mound mid-windup. But again, nice card. Nothing stands out negatively on the back. Nice looking back on this one. So we'll do that there and rotate these around. Next up, we have the rookie from 1975, George Brett, Hall of Famer, EX Mint 6. Again, I was looking at 5 or 6 with that slimmer of a hope for a 7, but 6 seems to be about right here. Again, centering is not perfect by any means. But it doesn't have to be for a 6. And there are some other minor flaws as well. Let's see what I can get into here. Just to show you the card in general. Pretty nice surface, nice color. George Brett rookie card in EX Mint 6. There we go. Take the Duke down. Now that is 7. We got a couple more cards of Phil's. We're going to switch to, he decided to jump over and toss in some football cards. This next one up is a Kellogg's from 1970. I'm not sure how they grade these. Never have been very good. This one looked really nice to me. I mean, I had it as near mint. Saw nothing, saw no cracking in it. And for some reason, it got a 3. So again, consider me perplexed on how what they're looking for and how they grade these Kellogg's cards, because to me, it looks pretty darn nice. And that was probably the biggest surprise in terms of a gap to me. You know, some of these other cards kind of graded a little bit lower than expected, but they were just off by a little bit. And this one is just, I don't know. If you can see something in this card that you can tell me why it got a 3. And again, I don't know what I can get here with the light. But surface looked good to me. I saw no cracks. I'm going to take the 3 and move on. Actually, we won't even put that one up there. Another football card. So to toss in a 1974 Roger Staubach. This one got a near mint 7. It's a really sharp card. Again, centering is the main culprit here. I knew it was going to be tight to get the 7, but at the same time, it got it. Card overall is nice and sharp, but a 1974 Roger Staubach. It's a nice look. Here again, I'm not a football card collector, so while I've seen some of these cards, when I look at the backs and look at the different years, it's always kind of new to me. Last card for Phil. Switched up to basketball. Thought he'd throw an old vintage basketball card in there. It's ABA Championship 1972 Topps with Rick Barry. Got an EX Mint 6 on this one. Nice card. This one's centered pretty well. Looks good, presents well. Nice card from 1972. So, we got the back here. Right there on the ABA Championship. So we'll do that. I'm going to actually leave him down, but I'm going to stick Roger Staubach up here. Give a little bit of football flavor. Now we're going to move on to my cards. My cards I wasn't quite as happy with. Actually, let me stop. I told you that this card inside was Phil's. See if I can slide it out without cut. Yeah, I can. Okay. And I'm not sure what the heck is going on here. This is a 19... Well, maybe I'm not... Yep, there we go. 1975 Nolan Ryan. It says authentic. And I don't know. I've gone through, if you've seen my past videos, I've gone through a couple thousand 1975s. And I don't understand. It feels, smells, everything looks normal to me. I don't understand why authentic would be questioned with this Nolan Ryan. I knew it wasn't high grade, but it's a pretty nice copy. If I recall correctly, it measured correctly. I can double check that again, but I don't feel or see anything that jumps out at me. I don't know. Have to look at this again and see. Maybe it's not. This comes from Phil's collection. He's had it for a while. And got a questionable. And it's weird. It just says authentic. Usually their slabs used to, or their stickers used to say authentic question mark or question mark authentic. So why exactly this is the case, I'm not sure. We're going to put it back in here and move on. Bear with me here. So that was a bummer. Same time, I guess you take the good with the bad on that a little bit. Please see parts 2 and 3 for the rest of this reveal. I decided to cut this off here to keep this short and separate into 3 videos. Thank you.